Welcome to day 13 of Junk Journal January 2025. This is Diane with FaithArt Design Studio. And I have issued a challenge to everybody doing Junk Journal January to try the FaithArt Challenge. And the FaithArt Challenge is we take the prompts that Meg has given us for Junk Journal January. We use those as like a jumping off point for a prompt that might lead us into God's Word and to understand concepts or specific words or thoughts, but that we spend time with God while we are working on the prompts for today. So the prompt of opaque. Okay. I was going to make this page a couple hours ago, and I have to be honest with you, I was making another video, and then my best friend called, and we got on FaceTime, and the next thing I know, it's almost turning dark. So I had an idea of what to do, so you're going to get to watch me do it. Usually I do it ahead, and then I show you what I did. So if we look up what is opaque, right, it is where you can't see through, right? Opaque means it's black, it's darkness. So what I went with this prompt into God's Word was opaque can be like spiritual darkness, right? Where sin really creates darkness in our life. And then the question would be, well, how does God's light break through that darkness? And the other question or thought I had was maybe being spiritually blind would be from the dark, right? Spiritual blindness. So there's spiritual darkness. There could be spiritual blindness where I don't see God. So how do I even seek him to get a clearer perspective? And then I thought about, well, opaque could be verses that have hidden truths in them. So that was another thought I had. So here's what I'm going to try to do. And like I said, it may fail and you're going to see on camera. Because sometimes this one, I don't know why. I struggled with this for the past couple of days, knowing I had to do it. I took a page out of a paperback NIV study Bible that somebody was throwing in the trash. So I've saved it. It's okay. It's God's Word. I'm not, blaspheming God's Word. And I decided to pick a verse that talked about God's light. And in John, if you go to John, let's just read John 1-5. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. He meaning Jesus. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that had been made. And in him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. I wanted to put that there, and then I'm taking a piece of vellum, and I'm going to put it on. Now, vellum is translucent. Translucent is the quality of you can see through it. Now, this is a fairly darker translucence, but you can still read it through here. So to me, this is going to represent spiritual light, right? And then I thought about, let me take some dark paint and let me cover up God's Word in brown paint to show spiritual darkness, right? So let's try that. Of course, I didn't glue that down. Well, okay. Let's try this. See how dark it's going to be. Oh, it's kind of translucent, so it's not really covering it up. I may have to get black. So that's not going to work. Okay, let me grab some black paint. What else? I don't have black paint on my desk. Hold on. Oh, of course, when I want it quickly, I can't find it. Here it is. Okay, now I know this has to be opaque. I didn't realize that was going to be transparent. So, you know what? Oh, gosh, I haven't been in this in ages. So let's put a little dab of black on there. Okay, I'm doing mixed media, so I better get some little towels out here to wipe my hands off. I don't want to get black paint over everything. because then I'd be putting darkness where I don't want it, right? Okay. Yes. Now we're getting opaque. And you know what? I don't want it to be perfect. I want it to be messy like that. So this is a real simple visual, isn't it? Okay, let's do that. Now how am I going to glue that down? Okay, Diane. The problem is I film almost all the time during the day when there's wonderful light. And as I said, I got behind today because I made I filmed. I recorded, okay? I haven't put it together. I'm making a video like Junk Journaling 101, going through all the basic supplies and nice to have and all that stuff. So that's in the can, as they say, right? Like I recorded it, I just haven't made the video. So I got behind. Okay, so there's God's word. There's the spiritual darkness. This is the light. And this we are going to glue on there. So we're going to do, now that blue is supposed to better turn to clear. That's what it says. Okay. Now that is really, quote, black and white, isn't it? It really tells the concept. Okay, so there's the spiritual darkness, and I'll probably write on there and aim it over there, right, with an arrow. Because I use the dark colors to symbolize the darkness of sin and the struggles that we face. And when we're in sin over here, God's word was there, right? But when you're in sin, God's word is closed off to you. You really don't have access to it. And so I think like the layer of the brown and the black on there kind of can represent the weight of sin and then our struggle to get out of the darkness, to come out into the light. And then the light is God's word. And the opacity, it's translucent. So when I seek it, I can see God's word and I can seek God's guidance to get a clear perspective. So that's what, now how did that happen like that? Well, I can't peel it back. Okay, this is going to be pretty simple. Some days I go deeper in stuff. I think this is a deep topic. I think my representation of it, maybe that was kind of cool that I made it just real simple, didn't I? Doesn't have to be 50 million things and be perfect and do all that kind of stuff. I guess that's the lesson for me too, is that I don't want to be in the darkness. I absolutely don't want to be there. I want to be in the light. I want to be in the light of God's word. I want God's love and God's word to shine through me. I don't want to be opaque. I want to be translucent. And I want to see God in that manner. That's what I want to do. So, okay, what do you think? Am I way off? Do you get that? Like I said, I thought this was going to be so difficult. Now that I started, what do you do with those thoughts? How do you make that a page in a junk journal? So my question's going to be then, how does God, Christ, bring light into your darkness? Are you in the darkness? Are you in the light? Are you in the transparency, right? Maybe another question, what truths have you recently discovered in God's word? And how can you share those truths with other people? This is what I try to do every day in this challenge. So I think, you know what? I think I'm just going to leave it right there today. I think this is exactly what I was supposed to do. Keep it simple, black and white, and to the point. So even opaque went on there crooked. Okay, well, it's just going to stay crooked now. So, as always, please like, please share, please comment, answer my questions if you would. I would love to hear your feedback, and I would love to hear how you interpret this prompt of opaque. And I will see you tomorrow for day 14. We're almost halfway there. We're almost there. Before you know it, this will be all over with. But I've enjoyed these days. I do enjoy I wake up in the morning and I think about what do I want to do today and what kind of journal page I want to do. But it's more about I stop and I turn to God and I say, God, what is it that you want me to share today? What thought process do you want me to share? What nugget do you have that you give to me to share? So hopefully I've shared about spiritual darkness, but more importantly about God's light today. See you tomorrow.